The billionaire of Golden Avenue. In the heart of great Golden City, there stood a tall glass house, shining like a mirror in the sun. People passed and looked up at it with wonder. It belonged to Mr. Kola Adetunji, one of the richest men in the city. Mr. Kola was not born rich. He had started with a small phone repair shop when he was a young man. He worked day and night. Slowly, his business grew into a big technology company. Now, his name was known everywhere. People feared him. People respected him. But inside that big house, Mr. Kola was just a husband and a father. He had a beautiful wife named Lara. She was smart, stylish, and always looked perfect. Together, they had 2 children, Timmy who was 8, and Ayo who was 6. They also had a driver named Musa, a quiet man in his early 30s, who had worked for the family for 3 years. Life looked perfect from outside. But inside the house, a storm was building silently. The lonely wife. Mr. Kola became busier and busier each day. Meetings in the morning. Calls in the afternoon. Travel at night. Many times, he came home when the children were already asleep. At first, Laura understood. She supported his dreams. She told her friends proudly, "My husband is building an empire." But slowly, the long nights became heavy in her heart. The house felt cold, even with soft sofas and warm lights. The silence became her only friend. Musa, the driver, was the opposite of Mr. Kola. He was always around. He listened when Laura talked. He smiled kindly. He helped the children play. He opened doors for her. He carried her bags. He asked her, "Madam, are you okay today?" Small care became big feeling. Dangerous feeling. The maid suspicion. In the house there was a maid named Ngozi. She had worked there for 5 years. She was observant and quiet. She began to notice strange things. Laura stayed longer in the car than necessary. Musa smiled too much around her. Sometimes when Mr. Kola traveled, Laura went out late at night in the car. One day, Ngozi walked into the kitchen and saw Laura and Musa standing too close. Too silent. When they saw her, they jumped apart. "Sorry, madam. I didn't mean to enter fast," Ngozi said. Laura forced a smile. "It's fine, Ngozi. Just bring water to the room later." But Ngozi's heart was no longer at rest. She whispered to herself. "Something is wrong in this house." The forgotten phone. One afternoon, Laura rushed out of the house with Musa to attend a short meeting. In a hurry, she left her phone on the bed. The phone began to ring. Ngozi went to place it on the table so it wouldn't fall. But the screen lit up. The message said, "I miss you already. Yesterday was special. Be careful. I love you, M." Ngozi froze. Her hand shook. M, she thought. Only one man's name in that house started with M, Musa. Ngozi locked the door and sat on the bed. "Madam, what have you done?" she whispered. That message was like fire in her heart. Mr. Kola starts watching secretly. Ngozi did not want to jump to wrong conclusions. But she also could not keep quiet. So one evening, when Mr. Kola returned early, she found courage. "Sir, please don't be angry," she said, her voice shaking. "But something is not right in this house." Mr. Kola raised his head. "What are you saying, Ngozi?" She told him about the strange behavior. She told him about the phone message. At first, he did not believe her. His wife. His driver. Impossible. But slowly, small memories came back to him. Laura rejected his touch many times. Musa and Laura laughed too much together. The children had features that looked strange to him. Mr. Kola said quietly, "From today, I will begin to watch, but no one must know." He placed hidden cameras. He tracked messages. He watched silence and smiles. His heart was breaking, but he needed the truth. The evidence collected. Days turned into weeks. What Mr. Kola saw through the cameras hurt him deeply. He saw hand-holding. He saw long talks. He saw stolen kisses. He saw lies. He recorded everything. He printed messages. He saved videos. He did not yell. He did not fight. He became colder, quieter, and stronger. One night he looked at the sleeping children. He loved them deeply, but a fear entered his mind. Do I truly share my blood with them? The question ate his heart like fire. He made a final decision. A DNA test would reveal the full truth. The DNA test results. Mr. Kola secretly took hair samples and saliva from the children. He sent them to the best laboratory in the city. Waiting for those results was like waiting for a death announcement. 3 weeks later, the envelope arrived. He locked himself in his office. His hands trembled as he opened it. The result said, not the biological father, not the biological father. Both children belonged to Musa, the driver. Mr. Kola sat down heavily. A single tear rolled down his face. 3 lives, built on a lie, he whispered. At that moment, the door opened. Laura stood there. Why did you lock the door, Kola? She asked. He slowly raised the paper. Because you locked the truth from me for 8 years. The final confrontation, justice ending. Musa was called in. Lawyers were called in. The family sat like strangers. Laura fell to her knees. She cried. She begged. I was lonely. You left me alone. I needed love. Mr. Kola looked at her with pain. There is a difference between loneliness and betrayal. Musa bowed his head in shame. I wanted your life, not your suffering, he said. Justice came quickly. Musa was arrested for fraud and betrayal. Laura lost all access to Mr. Kola's wealth. The children remained in the house, but under truth. Mr. Kola took responsibility to raise them, not by blood, but by honor. The city heard the story. The king of business became the king of strength. The moral ending of the folktale. Years later, Mr. Kola sat with the children, now teenagers. He told them, blood makes a body, but truth makes a family. Love built on lies will always fall. Trust is the real treasure of life. And the people of Golden City shared the lesson. After the DNA test, the once beautiful house turned into a house of silence. No more happy sounds. No more family laughter. Only the echo of broken trust. Mr. Kola sat alone in the sitting room every night. The lights were on, but his heart was in darkness. He looked at old pictures hanging on the wall. Pictures of smiling Laura. Young Timmy on his shoulder. Little Ao holding his hand. A perfect family that no longer existed. He asked himself again and again. Were those smiles ever real? His chest hurt. His mind was tired. But he refused to cry in front of anyone. A rich man can buy many things. But he cannot buy back lost truth. Laura's tears. Laura was moved into a guest room. No more diamond room. No more queen-sized bed. The house she once controlled no longer listened to her voice. She stared at her reflection in the mirror. The same beautiful face, but a broken soul behind it, she whispered. She cried every night. She remembered. The first day she met Musa. The first secret message. The first dangerous touch. The first lie she told her husband. 1 lie became 10. 10 lies became a lifetime of destruction. She returned to her knees and prayed. God, forgive me. I broke a home for a temporary feeling. But the past did not answer. Only silence replied. The children feel the change. Children have innocent hearts, but they feel change easily. Timmy noticed that his father no longer told stories. Ao noticed that his mother cried all the time. One evening, Timmy stood in front of Mr. Kola. Daddy, did we do something wrong? He asked. Mr. Kola's heart squeezed like a tight fist. He pulled them close. No, my children. You did nothing wrong. Adults made mistakes. Big mistakes. But why don't you smile anymore? Ao asked. Mr. Kohler looked away. Because sometimes, the happiest faces hide the biggest pain. He hugged them tighter. He didn't care whose blood was in their veins. In his heart, they were still his children. City of Whispers. In Golden City, secrets do not stay hidden for long. The rich trader heard. The banker's wife heard. The market woman heard. Soon the story spread like fire in dry grass. The billionaire's wife and the driver. 2 children are not his. What a shame. What a shock. People pointed. People whispered. People judged. But some people respected Mr. Kohler more. Despite betrayal, he still stands strong, they said. He didn't use violence, but wisdom. His silence became his power. His calm became his victory. He did not speak to the public. He let the truth speak on its own. Musa in chains. Musa, the driver, was taken to court. His uniform changed to prison grey. His freedom turned to iron bars. In his small cell, he remembered the comfort of the car, the smell of luxury, the soft voice of Laura. Now he had only 4 walls and regret. He spoke to himself at night. I was given a job, but I wanted a life that was not mine. Greed became his teacher. Jail became his classroom. He wrote a letter to Mr. Kohler. I am sorry. You treated me as a worker, but I became your enemy. I accept my punishment. Forgive me if your heart can. The letter was delivered. Mr. Kohler read it. He folded it quietly. I forgive you, but I will never forget, he said. And he placed it in a box of painful memories. Laura faces true consequences. Lara's bank card stopped working. Her luxury line was cut. Her expensive friends disappeared. She went from queen to stranger. When she stepped outside, people looked at her differently. No respect. No smiles. Just judgment. She went to see Mr. Kohler for the last time. He sat calmly in his chair. I don't want money, she said crying. I don't want the house. I only want mercy. Mr. Kohler answered slowly and clearly. Mercy is not free, Laura. It is earned. And you spent yours on lies. She lowered her head. I lost a good man for a forbidden love. Yes, he replied. And now the price has come. He allowed her to live with only simple things. She walked away, smaller, weaker, but wiser. A father without blood. Mr. Kohler made a decision that shocked the city. He kept the children. Not because of DNA. Not because of pride. But because of love. He told his lawyer. I raised them. I taught them. I loved them. That is enough reason. People respected him more. Timmy and Ao grew closer to him. Daddy, even if we are not your blood, can we still call you father? They asked. Mr. Kohler smiled for the first time in months. You are not my blood, he said softly. But you are my heart. Tears of love replaced tears of pain. And the house started breathing again. The maid who saved the family. Ngozi, the maid, watched everything from a distance. She never wanted fame. She only wanted truth. One evening, Mr. Kohler called her. You saved me from living a lie, he said. I only obeyed my conscience, sir. He rewarded her with education, money, and respect. Truthful servants are greater than gold, he said. Ngozi became the symbol of courage in silence. Mr. Kohler's message to the world. 1 year later, Mr. Kohler stood before young men and women in a hall. He told them, money is nothing without loyalty. Love is nothing without truth. And beauty means nothing without faithfulness. The whole hall was silent. He continued. I was once blind, but betrayal opened my eyes. Trust is a garden. Once poisoned, it can never grow the same again. People cried. People learned. People changed. The moral of the folktale, deep lesson. This folktale teaches that loneliness is not an excuse for betrayal. Secret love destroys visible happiness. Truth may sleep, but it never dies. Children are innocent of adult sins. A real man chooses peace over revenge. And the strongest lesson of all is, the sweetest lies taste good at first, but they always leave a bitter ending.